In this problem, we have two logarithms, and we have to solve for x. So we have log base 4 of x plus 11 minus log base 4 of x minus 4, and that's equal to 2. It's a pretty cool problem. So whenever you have a more than one log, you want to combine it and make it one log. So we have a minus sign, so we can turn this into a fraction. So this is the log base 4 of, and then it's going to be the top piece. So x plus 11 over x minus 4. And that's equal to 2. So whenever you have more than one log, step 1 is combine the logs. If this was a plus sign instead, it'd be multiplication. It's a minus sign, so it's division. Now we have to exponentiate. So to get rid of log base 4, we have to use a 4. Okay? If it was like log base 3, then this would be a 3 instead. These cancel, so we get x plus 11 over x minus 4, and then 4 squared is 16. To get rid of the fractions, we'll multiply by x minus 4. So x minus 4 and x minus 4. These cancel, so we get x plus 11 equals, and then we have to distribute here, so 16x, and then 16 times 4 is 64. All right, now we just have to solve for x. So maybe subtract the x, so minus x minus x. So we get 11 equals 15x minus 64. Add 64 to both sides. So plus 64 plus 64. So we end up with 15x equals 75, I believe. Yeah, 64 plus 11 is 75. And then 75 divided by 15, that's going to be 5, I believe. Yeah, 5. So x is 5. Now, whenever you have more than one logarithm, you're supposed to check your answer. So if you have 2 logs, you should check. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite. So we have to check 5. So check 5. So to check, you have to go back to the original. So, I mean, whether or not you check is up to you. You could just take a chance and not do it. And if it's right, good job. But sometimes if you don't check, you'll get the wrong answer. Okay, so it's important to check. So to check 5, you have to take the 5 and plug it back into the original. That's why I rewrote it. Okay, so it'd be log base 4 of 5 plus 11 minus log base 4 of 5 minus 4. And that should be equal to 2. Okay, so 5 plus 11 is 16, so we get log base 4 of 16 minus log base 4 of 1, and that should be equal to 2. Okay, let's keep going. So when you subtract, you divide, so this is log base 4 of 16 over 1, right? It's this one divided by this one. That's equal to 2. Well, 16 over 1 is 16, so this is log base 4 of 16 equals 2. And yep, that checks. 4 squared, oh, cool, is equal to 16, so it did check. So the answer is 5. So I'm not a fan of checking. I do it as a last resort. In this case, it's important to check. So whenever you have 2 logs, it's one of the few situations where you really, really should check your answers, because sometimes you'll get an answer that doesn't work. All right, and that's it.